This is bullshit, that is bullshit, and that is certainly bullshit. And the reason why I say that it is all bullshit, not that that doesn't happen or that doesn't happen, this certainly is not happening. And what do I mean by that? So this was something that came across my social media feed. And when I looked at it, I was immediately disturbed and immediately recognized how false it is. You see, they want us to be separated and divided, but people who are doing the most division are the people who are posting this and believing in this. And the person who posted this and believing this is a black woman. Is a black woman. And I'm not here to berate her, not even slightly. But what I am here is to correct the mindset that this is the reality, and that this is the reality, and that this is the reality, when it is far from the reality. So what is the true reality that is going on? Well, according to the last census, 85% of black men of every economic level are married to black women. So who's fighting alone? Who's fighting alone? You sure the black woman is the only one that's fighting? If 85% of black men are married to black women? And then in a CDC study that was done a couple of years ago, well, it was completed a couple of years ago, it demonstrated that the black man, although does not marry at the same rate as whites and Asians and Hispanic, but the black man, in comparison, are more involved in their children's lives on day-to-day activities than the white, the Hispanic, or the Asian. That means that a black man who is not married to the mother is more involved in the life of their child than a white man who is married to the mother. Also within the study, it showed that the black man who does not live in the household with the mother is still more active in the child's life than any other racial group. So where are you fighting alone? When are you fighting alone? You see, this is what most people focus on. They focus on the ones that they see this and the ones they see that. And I'm going to give you the science behind why you do this all the time. So, you have what is in your brain called the reticular cortex. You ever notice that when you buy a certain car, all of a sudden, when you didn't see that car that often, all of a sudden you see that car everywhere you go. Everywhere you go, you see that same car. You never saw the red Mustang, but now you see a red Mustang all the time. That is because your reticular cortex is now focused on that one thing. To give you another way of explaining that, Tony Robbins, he would do this exercise with people. He would set you in a room that is filled with different colors. And then he would tell everybody in the room, find the color green, look for the color green, focus on the color green, notice everything that's green. And then he would ask the people, tell me what's in the room that's brown. And hardly anybody ever will be able to say what's brown. Why? Because they're not focused on brown. They were focused on green. So if you're focused on this and this and this, then that's all you're going to see in your community. That's all you're going to see when you're out and about. You can have 10 black couples walk past you in loving harmony, and you will not even notice it, but you will see the one black man with a white woman, or the one gay black man with a gay white man, and you will focus on that, and then you will say, that is why I cannot find a good man, because every black man wants a white woman, or every black man is gay and is with somebody, well, he's gay. And that's what you would focus on, because that's how you train your brain to think. Because that's what you are focusing on a daily basis. Every time you see bullshit like this that a black woman posted, this is what you're going to see. So you can say it's, well, what I see, I told you why you see it. But the true facts and the reality is not that. It's the true facts and reality. 85% of black men married to black women. Black men are, I think it's like 56, black men came at like 56% of black men who are not married are spend more time frame in the household and do day-to-day activities. And they were talking about like changing diapers, helping with homework, all those sorts of things. Now, I understand some of y'all have black men who ain't doing shit, and those are going to be the ones that come on here and they're going to come in. But what about the ones who, and what about the ones who? Okay, that's to your specific situation. you need to use better discernment. At the end of the day, anytime I've been in, I dated someone and it didn't work out, I didn't look and say, well, she. No, I needed better discernment, and that's why I watch. I take my time. I just told somebody on a comment, they was asking how long. I was like, 3 years. Watch a Joker. Don't rush in. Use your discernment. Take your time. I can tell you what happens when you rush in, because you may work on it, but you're gonna rush right on out. At some point, 5 years later, hell, a year later, you're going to be out. But if all you're focused on is the negative, all you're focused on is the things that you can't do anything about, then you're not going to see the good black man. You're not going to see the ones who desire you, because here's the thing. In order for 85% of married black men to be with a black woman, that would mean that at least 85% of black men are looking to date a black woman. The reason why there's a disparage in it is because 93% of black women marry black men. So therefore, there is a 10 points, a 12% difference. So there is 12% of black women who will have difficulty finding a black man, because we are only at 85%, whereas black women are at 93%. So you can make that adjustment to the thought process of why you have black women who cannot find a black man, because they're just gone. At a certain point, the numbers don't match, and that is when only in comparison to marriage. Now, when you look at black men who are wanting to be with black women, or who are with black women, it is still roughly a separation between the ones who marry and the ones who don't. So you're still going to have some that are left out, where the numbers don't match. It's not 90% and 90%, so it doesn't work that way. But this is the bullshit. And some people try to perpetuate old myths, old thoughts that just did not come true. Is there a war going on? Sure. But the black man is there. We're with our black women. This is the bullshit that continues to separate us. And then I've seen some people quote the ISIS papers. And in the ISIS papers, she said that the white supremacy is designed to cause the separation in the black home, and it will make the black men wear dresses, and the black woman will teach their daughters to hate black men, and that is part of the process. And if we continue to think that social media that presents these types of memes are correct over actual data, then that will come true. But even in her statement that was made 20, 30 years ago, I read it in 1990, 91 is when I read her book. So although, yes, you can see black men with white women, you can see black men who are homosexuals and wearing dresses, but that is far and away not the majority, not even slightly. But if you keep listening to this bullshit, you'll think it is the majority, and you'll think that that's how it's going. Maybe you're just part of that 12%, and maybe you've had bad discernment on who you should be with. So take a look inside first, and then base things on facts, not perception of facts. So y'all have a great day. And remember always, you have to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.